Everybody got everything?
I think we're ready, Freddie. Let her happen, Captain.
So this is part of a annual effort. These fish will be spawned to get stocked into Fort Peck, as well as some other walleye water bodies in Montana. 13.8. Oh, wow.
If you like to geek out on fish science, you may be interested in the annual fish egg collecting effort on Fort Peck Reservoir, south of Glasgow in eastern Montana. Fort Peck Reservoir stretches 134 miles with a maximum depth of 220 feet. Though many people think of Montana as a prime destination for trout, which it certainly is, parts of the state, including Fort Peck, provide world-class angling for an array of warm water fish, including walleye, northern pike, perch, and smallmouth bass. In fact, the fishing is so good, you might think you've landed in the land of 10,000 lakes. Yet this great fishery wouldn't be possible without the help of Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
In the case of Fort Peck, we do have natural reproduction out here, but because it's a reservoir system and it fluctuates quite a bit with water levels, spawning can be intermittent. And so this is just a supplemental stocking is what it is, again, and create additional angling opportunities. 10.3, some nice fish.
Each April, a dedicated group of FWP staff and volunteers converge on the big dry arm of Fort Peck to collect eggs from walleye that are about to spawn in the reservoir. Fish are captured using nets, and typically, after roughly 3 weeks of hands-on work, it's possible to collect tens of millions of eggs, provided the weather is ideal and one is in the right place at the right time. And with the fish spawn in its 25th season, the operation is pretty dialed.
There we go. Just want to turn it around. This is a green female walleye. Could you clip the tail there, please? Again, just to indicate that it's green, not quite ready to spawn.
Spawning walleye are considered either ripe, meaning ready to spawn, or green, where they're a few days out, ready to release their eggs.
Green female.
After being sorted, the fish are transported to the shoreline, where the process begins.
Ripe female walleye.
The ripe walleye are gently pressed on their bellies to release their eggs, while the green walleye are held in a holding tank for a few days until they are ripe enough to release their eggs. Sperm is collected from the male walleye with the same technique. The eggs are then taken to a room where they are mixed with sperm using a feather to avoid any damage to these delicate fish eggs. Although this may sound straightforward, it involves considerable scientific effort to create a truly unique and specialized kind of walleye that is a key conservation tool to help protect native fisheries.
What we're doing today is we're making sterile walleye. The reason we do that is that we put these fish into Yellowtail Reservoir on the Bighorn drainage. And on the Wyoming side of the Bighorn River, they have sauger in that part of the stretch, and they can interact and they hybridize.
To ensure that anglers have an opportunity to catch a walleye, they create a triploid walleye, where a third chromosome is added, making the fish sterile.
And it's all a timed process. We start out with the fertilization, then we add our tannic acid, which deadheses the egg, keeps them from clumping up. Once they're deadhesed, we put them in these cradles and we rinse that tannic acid off. Once that tannic is rinsed off, we get a scoop of eggs, we put it into our little basket that goes into the pressure chamber.
With the pressure chamber secured, it will apply 9,500 pounds per square inch for 12 minutes, adding that additional third chromosome.
So this is roughly a little over 1 quart, and 1 quart of eggs is 260,000 eggs.
The 2025 spawning season yielded approximately 62 million eggs. This collection will provide sufficient eggs at the Fort Peck and Miles City fish hatcheries to meet the requirements for fry and fingerling stockings. This is an essential aspect of fish management and enhances angling opportunities. To learn more about Fort Peck and its incredible fishery, please visit fwp.mt.gov.